It's time to make an embarrassment of myself. I am recording this? Yes, I am. Okay. So, we are coming back with Weeb Weekends after a long-ass time. I think I got done with Danganronpa 2 sometime around May, which is like 3 months at this point. It's been definitely around 3-month period since I have streamed a visual novel. But we are definitely back with that. Let me make sure that I updated the information. Yeah, let me just double check that. All good on that front. So yeah, we're back with Weeb Weekends, and instead of the Danganronpa that we're used to, I'm going to be actually tackling Fate Stay Night. It's a visual novel that I've been meaning to read for a while, and it's a series in general that I've been meaning to tackle for a while. I've been playing Fate Grand Order on my phone for quite a bit here, but that's really it as far as my experience goes with Fate. That I've watched a little bit of the Apocrypha anime, I've played a little bit of Extra, and that kind of is it. But I want to jump into this fully and really get into it. So that's what we're here to do here with Fate Stay Night, well, Real Tenua. But yeah, there's also going to be a little bit of a change to the Weeb Weekend formulas if anybody's here from the Danganronpa streams. And I'm going to be going and tackling this solo. It's going to be more directed on focusing on the script itself and my commentary on it, rather than how tangential we could get when I had 4 or 5 people in voice chat would be dicking around over Danganronpa. Like, yeah, we got serious and stuff, but it always was a little bit not always focused. So I want to remedy that by having myself here just by myself and focusing on this. Of course, I still have stream open. I can see the text. I can see all that. I'll be paying attention to chat fully if there is anybody that comes in and chats with me. It does begin, Zerker. We have to actually begin with the extras menu because there's a prologue that starts as soon as you open the game. And when I'm doing all this test shit, I'm like, I need to actually skip past all this. So we have to go straight into the prologue rather than beginning the game just with that. Also, it might break a little later on because there's a whole bunch. Oh, it's breaking as soon as it begins. We are currently not responding. Yeah, pretty much, Zerker. Okay, good. That was scary. The program wasn't responding for a second. But we're all good. It was thrust like lightning. Spearhead thrust into my heart. Trying to dodge it would be useless, because it's kind of undodgeable, but, you know. But it's what it is. Invisible to the human eye. Get fucked, Shiro. The lightning that tries to pierce me is repelled by the moonlight that tries to save me. Smut immediately. Yo, I hope not. I didn't fucking put the H scene patch on, so like, if there is somehow a conflict and H scenes start playing, I'm fucked. No, the sound before me is heavier than steel. The armor she is wearing is not beautiful at all, and is as unrefined as the cold night. And that they would later, you know, retcon, make all regal. No, it's pretty regal in this game too. It doesn't matter. Sound wasn't beautiful at all. It was actually the sound of steel. It's just that the night is beautiful enough to turn into a charming sound like a bell. And I'm not exactly sure how I should be handling Japanese voice acting, whether I should be staying quiet for it or whatever. I'm gonna kind of play with that a little bit, because I know there's a lot of dialogue and I can definitely talk over it. But yeah. Yes, a voice that lights up the darkness. And we also get this we get this scene that's gonna get fucking, like, not parodied but referenced a fuck ton throughout the rest of Fate, the Fate series in general. Like, I think this is in every Fate series. The contract has been completed, and when she chose me as her master. Time for the version Shiro to start his journey. Well, not really, because we have this prologue with where we're following Rin. Like, however long it's gonna be. It's pretty long, actually. Yeah, it's not the most... It's not unfunctional, but it's just kind of like a breastplate and, like, side armor or whatever, and gauntlets. I remember this scene vividly even when I've gone to hell. A bit presumptuous, but I mean, maybe he's done some bad things in life. The instant becomes an eternity, the blue outfit symbolizing her sways in the wind. Faint blue light filters in and the golden hair shines in the moonlight. Yeah, no, this dialogue is only slightly over the top in pretentiousness. But yeah, we are on the Fate route for this because how Real to Nua separates the routes, it isn't really, you don't really choose which route you're going on. You more or less, there are 3 separate EXCs that you can choose, and they have the different routes for Fate, Unlimited Blade Works, and Heaven's Feel. And you're just supposed to go in the recommended route order. I mean, I could have started with Heaven's Feel if I wanted to, but that's supposed to be the last one that we go to. But this is a story from 10 years ago. I'm watching someone I know very well, a tall man with deep-featured face who, to my knowledge, has never told a joke, is patting my head. Alright. So to be more accurate, he's grabbing my head and mashing it around. He's just fucking manhandling that shit like Guess that's to be expected. After all, that's the first time he's ever patted my head. Let's go. Affection. I answer the deep voice with a polite yes. The man patting my head nods once, lets go, and stands up. So that was it. If I'd known that that was our final moment together, I would have made him laugh with my best jokes. I had practiced telling jokes a lot and hoped that I could bring a smile to his grave face. I guess you could say that I was sad that I couldn't tell him any of them. Rip. This is awfully deep stuff to put onto like an 8-year-old. Even though he said such things, I guess he was still worried. He told me about the heirloom jewels, the jewels inherited from the master, and how to manage the basement. He was telling me all the things I didn't yet know. I realized even as a child that most likely he wouldn't be coming back. Yep. I read a tweet recently that fucked me up. Like, if you ever think back, it's something like, it's pretty obvious when you say it, but it's just like a depressing thought. Like, there's a point for like anybody that you used to be friends with anymore, or like a group of friends, like say you have a group of childhood friends, right? Like there is a moment where you all hung out for the last time and you guys didn't realize it was the last time. And that's such a depressing thought, and it just reminded me of that. A war had started, not a war between countries, but a war between people. 7 people, I think, at least in this one. Well, I mean 14 if we're counting servants. The only ones at war were 7 people. In a situation like this, the word war should be unsuitable. But here, it's a different story, as the ones in conflict are magi. The 7 magi, or magi? I'm gonna go with magi. I don't want to think about how many moments yeah. Each from a different faction had started to compete for unknown reasons and killed each other in unknown ways. The man standing before me was one of them. 2 was in a position to kill or be killed. He must have known more keenly than I did that his time was near. Ooh, fucking rip. I wonder how much... I'm guessing since this is like the first game in the series, they're gonna go into like detail about all this, so I don't have to explain, you know, what is a magi, what is a holy grail, considering they'll do all that, I'm sure. Once more, he patted my head and left. That was the end, and that was the last time I saw the man who entered the Holy Grail War as a master and died. The man who was my teacher as well as my father. Rip the toe sock. That's awfully stiff. Yeah, I'm sure they'll do some world building. It would be dumb of them not to do world building in the first, the first game in an entire series. I see him off politely. I knew I was on the verge of crying, but I shed no tears. I loved him. He was a great father and a great magus. Among magi, there are only obstinate people. In the whole world, I don't think anyone had a better character than his. He taught me as a teacher and loved me as a father. That's why I decided to choose my path according to what he left me in the end.
Lin, いずれ聖杯は現れる。
Yep, like what, 10ish years?
遠坂の義務であり、何より。
Oh, okay, I don't think that was finished. There was a lot of pauses in there. Anyway, in the end, he left me with those words as a magus and not as a father. That is why, at that moment, my path was determined.
よし、それじゃあ一つ気合い入れて一人前になりますか。
Only natural for a student to follow the words of their teacher, unless you're a rebellious little shit. Since then, though, many twists and turns, I, Tosaka Rin, have matured. It's been 10 years since the winter day on which my father went to war. I haven't exactly been waiting for this moment, but I am excited. That's only natural. The event I have never forgotten about is about to start. It's your duty to participate in this giant magic killing game for a fucked up thing. Yeah, no, it's... You mean you don't tell that to your, 7-year-old daughter? January 31st? Is that what that was? I'm gonna guess so. Man, this is a regal-looking fucking room. Something is ringing. Alarm clock.
うるさい。止まれ。
Me IRL. Me. That's me this morning after fucking playing Sonic Ball last night with you dumb fucks.
はいよ、もう。昨日は遅くまでやってたんだから。
Yeah, that's me every day. Wonder how early she's getting. Should let me sleep a bit longer. No, it has to let me sleep in. I was deciphering my father's will until early this morning, and I've used up too much magical energy. Okay, she has an actual reason. 10 years to develop into the front image TV tropes used for the tsundere page. Oh god, I mean... Yeah, I'm honestly surprised they didn't use someone else. Like, Rin is kind of like... From what I know about her, yeah, she's pretty much like textbook tsundere, but like... Whenever I think about a tsundere, I have like... Basically Rin, but with blonde hair instead. Like, that's my textbook image of a tsundere. Rin's close enough, though. In other words, my mind and body are tired. Well, I don't think staying in bed is gonna stop it. The alarm clock doesn't speak my language. Unfortunate. I mean, yeah. Depends on the situation. What situation is it good to be late? I'm a good student, but maybe I can get to school at the last moment just for today. But my perfect attendance award! Can't get on the honor roll with that sort of work ethic. I look at the alarm clock drowsily. The clock is pointing exactly at 7. I usually get up at 6:30, so the spare 30 minutes must have already been used up. Oh man. So now you're late. Good job. Passing through the cold hallway, I enter the cold living room. Ah, yes. Awfully appropriate. 7 o'clock on the last day of January. Fuyuki City is pretty warm in the winter, but this morning is as cold as any other city. I can see even my breath indoors, and on top of that, there's no one in the house to warm it up. Maybe you should have a heater? There we go. Turning on the heater, I head to the bathroom. At times like this, living on your own is inconvenient. I mean, you could just leave the heater on overnight, unless it's like an electric heater, because... And yeah, I get being scared of like fires and yes. At times like this, oh yeah, there was someone to wake me up before me, and the living room would have been warm by now. Wash my face in the sink and I brush my long hair and then get ready. A cold morning, a cold sink. The only advantage is that the cold water clears your sleepiness completely. I mean, I think warm water would also do... No, I can't say that. I definitely slept in shower a lot of mornings when I got up for high school and shit. I tie my ribbon and I'm all ready. All I have to do is eat breakfast and then head out. Looking at the clock, it's only a bit past 7 and I'm a bit disappointed.
なんだ、これなら走っていく必要もないか。
Then again, I would never do anything as clumsy as running to school anyway. Oh, we're not getting the trope. I'm late with the jelly toast in the mouth. That sucks. Or the jam toast. Just toast in general, I guess. Custom of the Tosaka family to act with composure and elegance at all times. You know, the random odd sideball stuff I've seen from Fate, I don't think Rin is the most composed person in the world. At least, like, realistically speaking. Like, maybe she puts on the facade of it. Taking a custom like that seriously must mean that my family originated from a very high-class background indeed. Owning this old Western-style mansion is proof of that, and on top of it, Tosaka family is a bloodline of sorcerers being able to use the power of magic. Talking about age, our family has an ancient history. Ooh boy, world building. Or,
自慢できることでもないんだけど。
she's just thinking about this to herself, like, as she's getting ready to go to school. Can't speak openly about it at all. Oh, by the way, I, Tosaka Rin, am a magus. Who on earth can brag to like that? Magic is just what it sounds like. Magic. I don't care if you get ideas like abracadabra or whatever. You can just think of us as people who do strange things by casting spells. Though it's not like we fly around on brooms or make stars appear with a wave of a wand. Well, we could do that, but we don't bother, as it's kind of meaningless. But the material feeling of flying to school on a broom would feel really nice. Or just going like, ah shit, I need to go fly because like I'm out of eggs for fucking omu rice. We're basically heretics who hide ourselves from the world. Okay, never mind. I could have went a line down and saw that. We're prohibited from standing out, and even if we weren't, we would rather be home studying magic. On top of that, the word sorcerer is completely inaccurate. To be precise, there's only 5 sorcerers in the world. Things no one can do, things beyond the ability of modern science. The ones who can make such miracles are the one we call sorcerers. So they're like probably the masters of their field, or just like require a certain skill set or something. I don't know. Miracles that we can never be achieved regardless of time or effort. We call that sorcery. Those things that are mysterious but achievable with time and effort. We call those magic. You're a wizard. No, I'm a sorcerer. No, I'm an arcanist. What about fucking thaumaturgy? Druid, alchemist. The list goes on. That's what I do, called magic rather than sorcery. It's complicated, but that's how it is, so just accept it. AKA, we're gonna make rules. An incancer. God damn. You just go into the D&D wiki for classes and shit. To be honest, the modern world doesn't recognize the existence of magi. As we believe, control, and learn things that are immeasurable, our existence is incompatible with the modern world. Ah, it's Harry Potter bullshit. Because it's kind of meaningless. Going to a normal school and becoming a normal adult will bring you far more happiness than studying magic. Human technology is great. In the past few hundred years, it's been leading the way ahead of magic. Nothing is impossible for humans. The miracles once only possible through magic are now tools, not miraculous at all. Especially considering this game came out in 2004 and now we are 14 years in the future. Still, magic has its good points. Just as there are many things only possible through science, there is also things possible only through magic. It was the master of the Tosaka family who said, if science is moving towards the future, magic is moving towards the past. That, sounds like a riddle that, doesn't make much sense. Something about the past and the future ending up at the same place, everything always running towards the 0 point. They say the way to finding something is doing nothing. I don't know, man. Let's put off all those difficult discussions. They should wait until we're old. She's just thinking about all this while she's getting ready or something. Finishing breakfast, I grab my bag. I don't really want to take the thing to school, but it'd be a waste to just leave it here. Ah, let's see. We have a plot jewel here. It's much stronger than that. I found this after decoding's father will last night. It contains the equivalent of 10 years of my magical energy. There was said to be an heirloom, and this might well be it. We, the Magi of Tosaka, are skilled at transformation of power. We put our magical energy into jewels whenever we have free time. It's totally not just exposition. Hey, yeah, it's a MacGuffin. Totally, like, not important at all. To put it simply, these jewels are bullets and we are the guns. Just have a whole bunch of magic stored into it. The only thing I can say I received from my father is the magic crest of the Tosaka family engraved on my left arm. Got a brand? In essence, this is proof of the successor, and it's like a tattoo that condenses all the inherited magic of the Tosaka family. No. It's not that, Zerker. It's like, it was already prepped up by the time she found it. And the power in it is the equivalent of 10 years of her power. Or at least that's how I read it. I put the pendant, which can now be said to be my father's memento, into my pocket. Ah, magical bullshit. That's gonna explain away something. It's 7:30. I should get going or I'll be late for school. I'm late. Is that German? I'm gonna assume it's German. I weave my words with magical energy quickly. Being a magus, I can't let my guard down when leaving my house, even though there's never been a single robber, wandering child, nor a stray cat. And I don't think my neighbor has ever come to say hello either. I know Type Moon likes a lot of like either random English or random German. Like that's they really fucking go hard on that. It's at least I know from Melty Blood. I look up the mansion I've grown so accustomed to over the years. Fuyuki is certainly a strange city with many Western-styled houses on the side of town and an area full of Japanese-styled houses just beyond that intersection. Yeah, what a fucking generational lap. Like, not even generational, but societal leap just going across the street. I guess it's because many foreign families come to live here a long time ago. But even so, I don't see many foreigners around here anymore. There's a foreigner cemetery in the new city across the river, but it only has the graves of the first generation's families. So they just came here, had kids, died, and then the kids went back to wherever they were from. Nice. I'll go to the church and ask the priest sometime. Ooh boy, he knows about lots of boring things. I think the priest is going to be a good guy. What do you... I don't know what... I think the priest is going to be a pretty good guy. Stepping outside, I feel certain incongruity. Creepy priest time? Nah, he's going to be a good guy. What makes you think that a priest could possibly be bad? It's especially quiet with no sense of morning noisiness. 7:30. Yeah, I mean the birds stopped chirping. How creepy. At 7:30, the street should be filled with students going to school and people going to work. Perhaps everyone slept in today. Yeah, no, it doesn't work like that. I used to have a lot of dreams like that when I was a kid, though. Like, dreams where I would go and I would be the only one at school and shit like that. And it would still make me, like, do lessons, and it was awful. It's gonna be Zamasu. Come on, man. It's unusually cold, so I bet everyone's still wrapped up in their warm beds. It's not an excuse. People need to go to work. School's not gonna wait. Strange that I haven't seen even one student so far. 7:30, you can usually see people in uniform here and there. I'm the only person at the school gates, and it looks like the clubs are just starting their morning practice. In other words, the only explanation is...
あれ遠坂
Well, I
今
mean,
朝は一段
there's
と早い
someone.
のね
We got a person.
やっぱりそうきたか。
With a small sigh, I turned to the girl who addressed me.
おはよう今日も寒いねこりゃ
Gonna get a... Yeah, okay, I was about to say. Ayako. Mitsuzuri Ayako. He's my classmate in Class 2A, and there's a ton of stories about her.
おはよう、みつづりさん。つかぬことを聞くけど、今何時だ
A
かわかる？
minor NPC. Ooh, boy.
ん何時って7時前じゃない遠坂寝ぼけてる
Oh, so she left a half an hour early. So her clock was wrong. That's not gonna be brought up at all. Probably dies on one of the routes. She waves her hand in front of me, wondering if I'm alright. She's one of the few friends who knows I'm not a morning person. In other words, she thinks I'm not fully awake
う
yet.
ちの時計、1時間早かったみ
An
たい。
hour
しかも
fast.
軒並み。
What the fuck?
目覚まし時計はおろか、柱時計まできっかり早まってた。
Really? Just what's going on here? How does that happen? Like, daylight savings time, I guess, but we're in January. Like, that's not supposed to happen. When is daylight saving times? I think that's April, isn't it? April or March, one of the two. The point is, time doesn't suddenly shift like that for all your clocks. Did father arrange for all the clocks to go mad when the pendant was removed from the basement? What? For what purpose?
気にしないで。別に大したことじゃないから。それより、みつづりさんは今日も朝練？
ええ弓道部は問題児も多いし
I'm gonna
うまいの
assume
が一人減っ
it's
た
just
からね
That's a
4月の新年生
That's
獲
not
得のために
an
少しぐらいは見
improbable.
栄えを良くしとかないと
Like, that's probably the answer.
そう。気苦労が絶えないのね、相変わらず。
A nice
他
little
人事
slice
だから
of
って言って
life.
くれるわあついでだから見ていく遠坂が見学する分には男どもも喜ぶけど
Oh yeah, I forgot. Ren's little local idol or whatever. I have 3 acquaintances in the archery club. One is Ayako, the person before me right now, and the other 2 people are barely people that I barely talk to, aka more NPCs. And for one of those 2, the word acquaintance doesn't really suffice. I became friends with Ayako because I had been watching the archery club from afar.
そうね。様子を見るだけなら付き合うわ。
Slice,
早
oh,
く来すぎ
lice
た
a
からやるこ
slice.
ともないし。
Let's go. Alright, I'll go. Oh wait, I already said that
よし
herself.
じゃあ善は急げ早速行こう
I mean, yeah, you came to school an hour early, so you really don't have an excuse. I'm gonna go back home. This fucking sucks. The impressive archery range is one of our school's outstanding aspects. Perhaps the director is just interested in archery, but the range is much too fancy for a mere school club.
ほらほらまだ
Which
開始まで
means-
時間があるし
I wonder if this does actually have.
Nakade
It is weird that it's so big. I mean, I can obviously say that, oh, this probably has something to do with something, but like, I know this archery club is here in Extra too. It's the same school, so everything's properly modeled out, and that's pretty cool. Happy about something, Ayako drags me in by the hand. Bad habit of hers. She talks like a guy when she's expressing her true feelings. Oh, yeah, as a forewarning to anybody who's watching this. This is early type moon stuff. Things are gonna get raunchy and probably not good. Like, they are going to be fucking awful lines. They are going to be absolutely awful lines in this. I know of a few off the top of my head, and I can think of a few from Tsukihime, but it can get bad at some points, I know. Anyway, as Ayako said, there's no one in here. Yeah, just you. It's like you came to school an hour earlier. What's wow, something written and translated 14 years ago. Who would have thought? No, I think this is a retranslation later on. Yeah. Well, even by the time, I don't see how some of these lines are okay. Like, Tsukihime is like, hey, if you try and walk out this door, I'll rape you. And it's like, Jesus Christ, dude. While sipping hot tea, we prepare for today's class. The tea tastes really good in this open winter environment.
さて、単刀直入に聞くけど、そっちの調子はどうなのよ、遠坂。
Reliable partner yet? Does she know about the Magi shtick? So, as there's no one else around, Ayako comes straight out and asks me a ridiculous question.
ほんと、いきなり本題。その言いぶりだと、そっちはもう見つけたんだ。
Partner?
ノーコメント。遠坂が手を沸かすまではこっちも秘密
Well, I know
さ。
you're not an actual character.
どうなのよ。その疲れた顔を見ると脈ありって感じだけど。
こっちもノーコメント。あなたに隠してもどうせ見抜かれるか。残念ながらこっちはまだよ。
Need to start an everything wrong with thing for this game. Yeah, probably. Just like a counter for fucked up lines.
綾子の方はお互いのんびりしてる余裕はないはずだけど。
そうなんだけど、私も雲行きは怪しいわ。とりあえず取り繕うことはできるけど、ことがことでしょ。
You know, this awfully seems like we're playing the pronoun game right now. That's always tons of fun.
勝手に決めて私に負けるのも嫌？
I'm sending Ren for all the exposition dumping. Nice.
もちろん、私にとって重要なのはあんたを任すことだもの。何が手に入るとか、何を手に入れるとかは二の次よ。
This is so vague.
似た者同士ね、私たち。
ええ、初めて会った時に言ったでしょ。
We'd have this kind of relationship. Just a competing relationship. No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. Fuck you. Fuck you. I was certainly surprised when at our first meeting she said, we'll probably end up like this. A kill or be killed relationship. That seemed, I mean, I was gonna say, like, that seems healthy, but I mean, I have that friendship with people. I know people with that friendship. Fucking shoutouts to Horus and Shin. Or in other words, unless we go all out against each other, we'll never really be friends. I agreed with her on that, and that's why we've had a friend or foe relationship for 2 years.
ところでさ、私たちなんでこんな話してるんだっけ？
なんでって言い出したのは遠坂でしょ。あんたがいつまでも彼氏がいないのは女としてどうよなんて
Oh,
こぼ
okay,
すもんだから。
boyfriend. Okay.
なら
That's
3
what
年
I
になる
figured,
前
but I
に
mean.
どっちが先に男作るかって勝負になったんじゃない。
そうだった。売り言葉
Also,
に
this
買
is
い言葉って
aged.
やつだった。
If you're a woman without a boyfriend, you're wrong. Let's go 2004.
ええ、今時子供でも交わさない約束だけど、あんたと私に限って往生際が悪いってことはないでしょ。どんな結果になろうと、負けた方はおとなしく勝者に従うことになる。
It's a punishment game.
それを思うと私は今から楽しみで楽しみで。
Honestly, she's so serious about this, but Tsuzuri Ayako is such a difficult person to deal with. Oh, I can't wait to be Ayako either. So neither of us are people you want to deal with.
そう。
At least she
けど
brings
み
it
つ
out
づ
of
りさ
herself.
ん、楽しむのは結構だけど、目的をたがえないよう気をつけなさい。勝負の内
Damn,
容
the
は
sins are
後
just
先だけじ
racking
ゃな
up
い
for
でし
you,
ょ。
Zerker.
分かってるって。遠坂より早く遠坂が心底羨ましがるような関係にならないと完全勝利とは言えないからね。
Also, we are going to have a slight lapse in audio because I realized that I've been playing this entire time with... It doesn't make much of a difference in visual novels, but I was playing with console audio. Like my console audio settings.
私たちにとってはそれが一番厄介な問題なんだが、どんなにいい男だろうと好きになれな
It
き
was
ゃ
gonna
意味
bug
は
me
な
if
い
it。didn't bug anybody else. Ayako sighs heavily. To my knowledge, Mitsuzuri Ayako is said to hate men. Rumors are never to be trusted, however, as she suggested this match rather than hating men. This match rather than rather than hating men. I think she just didn't have a chance. Damn.
ちょっと、私たちって何よ、私たちって。断っておきますけど、私はそっちと違って冷血感でありません。
Something
ああ、それ嘘。
lesbian.
もしくは気づいていないだけ。 遠坂が男を気にかけるなんてことは絶対ないもの。
I don't know. I'd say that's appropriate for being teenagers. Like teenagers that if you put this bet on someone. But I don't think like a conversation in high school for me would be like run up to some like my friend or something and be like, "Hey, so did you get laid yet?"
今まで数えきれないぐらい告白されたくせに一つも色良い返事してないじゃない。少しでも興味があるなら付き合おうって思うでしょ。なのに断り続けるってことはあんたは男に興味がないってことよ。
So it's two-way lesbian accusation. What's your view as the true lesbian?
その場合、すでに好きな相手がいるから断ってるって話もありじゃない？
Or that, yeah, that's also true.
うわ、すっごい美談。いいね、そういうの。ロマンだな。
Ako nods seriously, not making fun of me. Sai says, wouldn't it be nice if that was the case? So she's calling her out on her bullshit. Nice. Really can't keep anything from her.
そうね。私もそう思う。
Well, it's exactly as she says. I know myself how cold I am.
認めるわ。
Nice.
私、こと恋愛に関しては素人
She
みたい。
admits to being the fucking cold-hearted one. Plus one sin for obvious setup of heroine doesn't like anyone, so she's only gonna go out with this special protagonist. Man, Shiro's cool in the future.
そういうこと。似た者同士だって言ったの遠坂でしょ。で、もうじき7時か。秘密の話はこの辺にしとこう。
Let's have the secret. God, that was such a bait and switch. But I mean, that's I guess the point.
学生らしく振る舞わないとな。
まあ、
I think you're acting like proper students right now, but I mean, whatever.
ええ、これだけでも早起きした甲斐があったみたい。
あんたほど筋金入ってないけどね。私の世間体なんて遠坂凛に比べたら
Osaka Rin of private and public are two different people, realistically.
擬態っていうより別人格のレベルよ。別人格。
Yeah, I guess. I think that was one of my favorite things from the Carnival Phantasm. I think that's what the anime was called, where like she's being really nice towards the camera and then she just pulls Archer aside like, we're doing fucking anything to win. Both of the teas she made are now empty, and it's my turn to make it. Just have like places you can make tea in Japanese high schools. Like, I know there's tea clubs and stuff like that, or at least there is an anime. But just have like an archery club that you can just serve tea at. It's kind of actually pretty cool.
あら、肺活量では三辻さんに負けたわよ、私。
I don't think that second one is something to brag about, unless it's muscular weight, but when it's two girls talking about it, call me stereotypical.
Yeah,
that's what to say. Awfully stereotypical, but I don't think that's something anybody should be happy about. Like, yeah, I'm heavier than you. I got a fatter gut.
危ない。お茶がこぼれるでしょ、三辻さん。首相なんだから道場は大事になさい。
うるさい。私は首相である前に遠坂のライバルだ。
Talk about, you know, keeping your priorities straight.
部員がいなけりゃ
I wanna
あんたに
fuck
食っ
you
て
up.
かかるのは当然よ。
Ayako looks at me with narrowed eyes. This girl has her own sense of beauty and she always says, beautiful people have to do some kind of martial arts. She's a bold person, experienced in most martial arts. She joined the archery club with no experience and is now the captain, as if it were only natural. She's probably one of the top 3 people in the school you should never disobey regardless of gender.
あら、部員がいなければ首相じゃないなんて問題発言じゃないそれ。
問題発言なもんですか。私はお飾りの首相だから、できることって言ったら不良部員を取り締まることだけよ。私以上にしゃがりっぱなやつがいるんだから、首相としての面目なんてないわ。
そうなの？藤村先生、三辻さんは飛び抜けてうまいって言ってたけど。
Trying to think about names in my head right now. I forgot that she was the
そりゃ少しは自
The
信が持てる
captain,
けど
or not the captain, the
ま
supervisor.
あいなくなっちまったやつのことなんて考えても仕方ないか。そうね、藤村先生がそう言ってくれたんなら真面目に首相やんないとまずいか。
Follow your talents. Be good at the things you want to be good at.
噂をすれば影。
Don't be so humble.
そろそろ
Something
部員
like
がやって
that.
くる頃でしょ。私はおいとまするけど、三釣さんはきちんと首相になりなさい。
何見ていかないの？
I would hate to have like a sport, because archery's a sport. Archery is definitely a sport. I would hate to have like a sport club or team or practice or whatever before going to school. Like if you have classes, like I didn't enjoy fucking, like I left marching band, or I left band because I was in band in high school. I left band before it became marching band, and I didn't join jazz band, which were both 0 hours, so I would have to go to school like an hour earlier. And like just losing the sleep in general made me weary and not want to do it, but having to do a sport on top of that absolutely sounds like ass. Like not only do you have to get up, then you have to get up and have the motivation to run around and or like physically stress yourself out before the day even begins. And plus, you know, sweat early in the morning. Not fun.
見てもわからないもの。遠くから眺める分にはいいけどね。
Just as I rise, someone enters from the range.
おはようございます、首相。
Ah, you've got colored hair, and you're also on that poster back there that you probably can't see because the lighting's kind of shit. So that means you must be a main character.
ああ、おはようマト。今朝は一人？
はい。力になれず申し訳ありません。
ああ、いいっていいって。
I like how we're introduced to two of the heroines before we're even introduced to like the main protagonist. Like technically, we saw Artoria and Jiro earlier, but unusual hair and eye color, important character. Who would have thunk? Oh.
それじゃあ失礼するわ。また後でね、三釣さん。
ああ、また後でね、遠坂。
お疲れ様
Adios.
です。遠坂先輩。
Such a polite girl.
ありがとう。
I'm sure nothing's
桜もしっ
wrong
か
with
りね。
her. I leave the range trying not to interrupt them.
いやあ、遠坂。おはよう。朝から君に会えるなんてついてるな。
Oh man. I didn't want to run into him
お
either,
はよう、
Rin.
マト君。今日は早いのね。
How's it going, Shinji?
当たり前だろ。首相なんだから。早めに来ないと一年に示しがつかないじゃないか。
The smiling guy is Mato Shinji of Class 2C. He's the vice captain of the archery club and the owner of the hearts of half the girls in the school. How the fuck? He's such a shitbag! He's also the best friend of the extra protagonist. Or I think so. I don't know, it's weird to think about. Anyway, kind of an idol, good looking, good grades, sociable, and kind to girls. Not too well informed on such areas, so I've only heard all this from my classmates.
そう。ご機嫌なところ悪いんだけど、一文字抜けてるわ、マト君。大事な字だから忘れない方がいいと思うけど。
Tries to establish he's a real player. He's such a shitbag.
一文字抜けてるって何がさ。
幸福の福。字は違うけど響きは一緒でしょ、副首相さん。気をつけなさい。別に首相も副首相も変わらないけど、変に意識するとこだわってるみたい。
Yeah, like, isn't this dude basically the biggest shitbag in all of Fate? Like, I think there's one Fate source that makes him look cool, and I don't remember what that was.
そうだね。今後は気をつける。
I don't remember what he's all in. I know he's in this and extra.
お礼を言われるようなことはしてないけど、まあ、マト君がそう思ったのなら私には関係ないか。
Like, all the other ones are basically, like, you know, parallel worlds and stuff. Gilgamesh might be worse sometimes. Yeah, but I think Gilgamesh has a reason. Like, Gilgamesh is definitely a shitbag, but like, at least Gilgamesh can back it up. Shinji's like just a shitbag who can't back it up. He's Rider's master, and that's kind of it. as far as I know. I mean, there's still, you know, 3 whole routes that I have to read. But as far as I know, Shinji's always just kind of fucking a shitbag that's kind of also wimpy.
遠慮するわ。練習の邪魔をしたくないもの。
そんなの構わないよ。他の連中が気に障るんなら締め出すからさ。
Yeah, I don't think so,
邪魔をす
Shinji.
る気はないって言って
Take
る
your
でしょ。
flirting somewhere else. I am in the female protagonist role right now, and I say tutu to you.
それに私、別に弓道に興味があるわけじゃないから。
And besides, you're a shitbag.
知らない奴のシャを見ても嬉しくないわ。
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, Zerker, but I think that's also kind of the point because that's how Rin, at least that's what they said. Again, another show don't tell. I guess they could have like taken a time to make all the other girls say it in a show don't tell, or in a tell don't, telling instead of showing. I don't know if that would be more or less successful than just saying, like it's less padding for sure just to say, hey, all these girls said that he's a player, versus having a whole bunch of random girl NPCs that we'll never see again say that, oh, Shinji's so handsome.
ん？なんだよ、遠坂。弓道に興味はなかったのか。
Nah, not really.
だっていうのに、放課後になると遠くから見てたのは、そういうわけかな。
Don't call me out on my lie. I don't know what he thinks the reason was, but he's undoubtedly making a big misunderstanding.
知ってたの、マト君。
I just... Oh god, is she about to be a smug shitlord? I can't wait.
よく目があったんだぜ。僕と遠坂。
I don't think
シャ
that's
を終
what's
えてさ、
on me.
斬新の時に限って、遠坂は僕を見ていたろ？
Oh, that's that's what they do in the beginning of Extra, actually. They just have a whole bunch of girls surrounding Shinji, even if even as he's being a shitbag.
声を返したかったけど、一応決まりでね。車上では声を上げちゃいけないんだ。
Why can't you... I guess to not break the concentration of the other archers.
勘違いしてたよ。遠坂は弓が好きなんだと思
Also,
ってたけど、
hey, this is a...
弓道には興味がないんだろ。
Stop.
ならなんで、遠坂は道場を見ていたのかな。
Also, I realize this is kind of spoilery since I do have future knowledge of a whole bunch of shit regarding Fate, but it's awfully ironic that like the first place that Rin visits in the story is an archery club when, you know, her servant is of the archer class. See, that's clever. I see now. Yes, the conversation could have certainly been taken in that
離れ
way.
てくれないかしら、マト君。私、あまり人に近寄られるのは好きじゃないし。
ん？何？遠坂？
You fuck
あ、
Shinji?
切れた。ここまで言ってもわからないのね。
Suplex his ass.
趣味じゃないけど仕方ないか。簡単にあなたにも理解できるように言ってあげる。いい、マト君。私は弓道に興味がない以上にあなたに興味はないって言ってるのよ。実際、
Yeah, I
あ
never
なた
even
が車
knew
上に
you
い
were
た
in
なん
the
て今
range.
初めて知っ
Fucking
たぐらい
rip.
だし、きっとこれからも目に入らないわ。
なんだと？
And it's been broken. As if I've angered him, he reaches out for me violently. What a... Why is that his initial reaction? What a shitbag.
それじゃあね、マト君。自意識過剰なのも結構だけど、ほどほどにしておいた方がいいわよ。
I don't think he's gonna follow that
遠
advice.
坂、お前。
He sounds like he wants to say something more, but it doesn't seem like he's going to scream or come after me. Jeez, he really is all show. If he was just a little bit more mature, he wouldn't be so much trouble for the people around him. From the back of the school where the archery range is based, I enter the school building. Past 7, but I can't see anyone in the hallway.
あれ？遠坂さんだ。
Hey, Taiga.
おはようございます、藤村先生。
おはよう遠坂さん。ちゃんと挨拶してくれて
The
先生は
best
嬉しい
teacher.
よ。
I wish I had a teacher as bubbly as Taiga High School. Would have made my high school a lot better. we probably wouldn't have fucking like listened to anything, I guess. But I guess they don't listen to her either, so. The strange woman seems to be crying of happiness. It's hard to believe, but this person is surpassing friendliness and cheerfulness, is a teacher in this school.
先生、ちゃんと挨拶をする以外にする挨拶があるのでしょうか？
あるわよ。1年生はちゃんと挨拶してくれるんだけどね。上級生になってくると私の名字で挨拶しないんだから。
Just gotta fucking.
遠坂さんはああいうやからの
Nobody
真似しちゃダメ
respects
だ
me
から
in
ね。
this establishment.
はあ、よくわかりませんけど、先生に失礼なことはしませんが。
よしよし。ああ、みんながみんな遠坂さんみたいだったらいいのにな。
Though she does seem a bit more, how do I say this? Like her gooniness is down a few levels than I'm used to. Yosh, yosh. Fujimura sensei waves goodbye and leaves. Fortunately, she isn't my homeroom teacher. Aiga Dojo. Oh wait, I forgot that's a thing. Fortunately, she isn't my homeroom teacher. Fujimura sensei teaches English. She has such a kind face. She also has a black belt in kendo, and I hear she was respected of the Tiger of Fuyuki in her student days. Please view all of them. You never got the... Don't those only show up when you get a bad end? Anyway, that's a bit strange. Wouldn't the tiger normally be feared and not respected? Apparently in a good mood, Fujimura sensei heads for the archery. Okay. But they're sure. I mean, what happens, happens. I'm not going to be looking at, like... I'll be saving every opportunity for, like, a decision pops up. And I'll run with that decision. Yeah. For some reason, she's in charge of the archery club and not the kendo club. Weird, all the Taiga dojos are in kendo club. Anyway, it's almost 7:30, and I can see a few students doing club activities, but there's no sign of anyone in the school building. But still. Slightly more important, but still not important NPC, I think. One of the bad ends is having feel it can be considered better than the normal end. Really? Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, I'll definitely talk about that when because I'm not streaming Heaven's Feel.
あら、生徒会長。こんな朝早くから校舎の見回り？それとも各部室の手入れかしら？どっちでもいいけど相変わらず豆ね。
That's
そういうとこ。
rude. Listen, I don't care, but yeah, you. Oh yeah. Okay, I was right.
そういうお前こそ何を
He seems like a cool dude.
部活動もしていないお前がこんな早くに何の用か。
ただの気まぐれよ。竜斗くんちみたいに早起きじゃないもの、私。
You're straight just lying to his face. And the student council president makes an unhappy face. For some reason, I seem to be his enemy. I really don't know why. Perhaps it's just because I said skip the temples, they're boring, in a meeting to plan the field trip.
一つ聞いておくが、最近夜遅くまで校舎にいたことはあるか、遠坂。
ないわね。私が帰宅部だって知ってるでしょ、竜斗くんは。
Basically, all the NPCs from this game are also an extra, so that's how I'm recognizing them, because I played like the first few hours of extra.
そう。なら私に聞くまでもないでしょ。なんだってそんなことを聞くか知らないけど、生徒会の仕事を部外者に押し付けちゃまずいんじゃない？
I also, I was waiting for that, because I also know this guy from, like an out of context scene that I've seen from the Heaven's Feel anime. Or not the Heaven's Feel, the Unlimited Blade Works anime.
情報収集は一人でやりなさいよ。私みたいな部外者に頼らないで。
たわけ、お前のどこが部外者だ。うちの会計の首根っこ掴んで悪さをしたのを知らぬと思ったが、このめぎつれ。
For evil
人聞
deeds.
きが悪いわね。
How dramatic.
あれは三辻さんに頼まれて部費の割合を明らかにしただけでしょ。みんなの予算がどこに使われているか調べるなんて生徒として当然の行為だと思うけど。
It seems so outlandish because I know my high school didn't like have a proper student council, like for students to decide where like money management goes. Like, is that just? It's in so many animes that I feel like it can't just be an anime only thing, and it's such an outlandish concept to me.
なんとうちの会計を1週間休ませた精神的ダメージ
Keep
が
him off school for a
当然の行為なのか
week. Wait, what did she say to him?
あなたもね、部下の手綱ぐらいちゃんと握ってなさい。文化系ばかりひいきするのはフェアじゃないわ。
分かっている。だからこそ俺の手で不正を正したかったのだが。
I believe you, friend.
伊勢、修理終わったぞ。
There's our protagonist. He has a sprite and everything. Like, in animes generally, I know they manage the budget of like the clubs and how much funds go towards like how much they can. Yeah, it was basically just all show in my high school too. Like in my high school, because I was on the student council for a little bit, it was basically just like organizing like in school events, like charity stuff and stuff like that. But in anime, it seems like much more of a big deal that works on like the actual environment of the schooling system rather than just focusing on outside events that like the school can put their name on. Like going back to that, like they can like in animes generally they manage the budgets of like how much funds they allocate to each sort of club and their like club activities. So like, okay, well this club needs more money for their supplies, so we should allocate this much money to them, whereas like this club only needs a fucking ball, so we're gonna give them this much money. Tried to befriend me because I was the invisible kid, but I had no real... yeah, that's fair. Anyway. How's it...
悪い。頼んだのはこっちなのに、エミヤに任せっきりにしてしまった。許せ。
そんなこと気にするな。
How's it going, Shiro?
次はどこだよ。あんまり時間ないぞ。
Yeah, it's weird to have a protagonist with a sprite. I'm sure when we actually, you know, start being in Shiro's point of view, that'll go away. But, like, majority of the visual novels I've read have... Actually, I think pretty much all of them haven't had a proper protagonist sprite, besides, like, Danganronpa, I think.
天寿全うしてたら直せないだろう。買い直した方が早いぞ。
そうなんだが、一応見てくれると助かる。俺から見れば臨終だが、
What the fuck is
お前
that
から見
supposed
れ
to
ば
mean?
仮病かもしれん。
そうか。なら試そう。
Ah, you have the batteries facing the wrong way. Ah, yes, I see. My thoughts have stopped at this sudden event. The guy with wrenches and spanners in hands turns back as if remembering something.
朝早いんだな、遠坂。
And with that, he leaves. Bye, protagonist. We'll see you in like an hour and a half or something. The student whom the president called Emiya leaves quickly. Emiya, that would be Emiya Shiro from Class 2C.
それはいいんだけどさ。
How can I put it? I think it's hard to tell whether the guy who looks at home holding a wrench is useful or scary. Depends on his personality, and Shiro's kind of, you know, a nice guy, so probably useful. Unless, you know, that's just a facade, like in one of those horror games where everything seems fine and then just shit quickly deteriorates. Something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to make the avoid the obvious Doki Doki Literature Club parallels, but no. 7:30 in the morning. There's no one in Class 2A.
仕方ない。予習でもしてよ。
God damn! Why you came here so early? Why can't they be both? Yeah, I guess so. Let's go self-study. See if that was... She was so tired, I would have went to sleep. But I guess she has to keep up her public appearance. She's not a fucking lazy-ass high school boy like I was. Fourth period ends and the noisy lunch break begins. Our school has a cafeteria, but half the students stay in the classroom. Actually, most of the ones who stay are girls. The cafeteria food is roughly made, so girls tend to dislike it as a result. Ah, yes, another brown-haired, brown-eyed NPC.
遠坂さん、よかったらお昼ご飯一緒に食べませんか？
Girls end up eating lunch together like
あ
this.
りがとう、三枝さん。けどごめんなさい。私今日は学食なんです。今朝は寝過ごしてしまってお弁当を作る余裕がなかったものですから。
I like how the pitch in her voice raises like a bit
そうとも知らず呼び止
when
めてし
she's,
まって。
you know, being Tosaka-san instead of fucking, you know,
余計なことしま
Rin.
したね。
Saigusa looks Saigusa looks downcast, as if apologizing. One of the calmest in class for calm students, and I'm a kind person who cares about me for some reason.
余計なことだなんて
Because
そんな
someone,
ことはありません。
everybody needs at least
今日
one
はたま
friend.
たま
Come
だから
on,
気にし
man.
ないで。
Stop
ま
being
た
a
明
fucking
日これにこれず
loner
声をか
shithead
けてくだ
who's
さい。
better than everyone else. Smile at her from the bottom of my heart.
はい。でも遠坂さんでも寝過ごすことがあるんですね。
My smile must have relaxed her as she returns it with her own. Her smile is cute. The Yuri route has been tripped. See you guys in fucking, I don't know, 20 hours. Saigusa Yukika-san isn't the most beautiful person, but her smile warms the hearts of everyone around her.
ええ、そうなんです。なんとかごまかしてますけど、本当は寝ぼすけなんですよ、私。部活だって朝起きられないから入って
I
ない
mean,
ん
she's
です。
telling the truth here. Don't be an Itachi. Why not? Anyway. The presence really relaxes me, but I can't just have fun talking. If I keep talking to people like this, I'm bound to reveal my true
そ
self.
れじゃあ食堂に行ってきます。三枝さんもごゆっくり。
Maybe you should say, man, fuck all that stuffy BS. I'm a smug shitlord, and people should know I'm a smug shitlord.
はい、遠坂さんも。
Not the most beautiful person, perfectly clear skin. We exchange warm goodbyes and she returns to her group of girls. And on the inside, Rin starts eating by herself and crying. Oh yeah, Saigusa-san is the manager of the track team. Makadera and Himuro-san are on the track team's hopefuls. Makadera is a friend who I sometimes go window shopping with. But I don't know Himuro-san that well.
お、振られたね、ゆきっち。だから言ったでしょ。遠坂は弁当持ってこないって。釣りたかったらあいつの分も飯用意しないとね。
How uppity?
マキ、それは私たちも食堂に移動すればいいだけの話では。
These three are kind of like, I don't know how much they have to do in this and like Fate Stay Night themselves, but I know they get a more like I put a very big emphasis on more development inside stuff.
ダメダメ。食堂は狭いんだから。弁当組が座れるスペースなんてねっての。それに遠坂と同席してみなさい。前の休みだってさ、二人で遊びに行ったのにあいつだけ得しちゃってさ。やだよね、美人を鼻にかけた優等生は。
Makadera speaks without thinking as the girls surround Saigusa-san's desk. In contrast to her nasty mouth, she's a Japanese beauty who looks wonderful in a kimono.
牧野氏、君の陰口は遠坂城に聞こえているようだが。
I mean, probably, yeah. Almost like you're screaming in like a mostly empty classroom.
やべ、遠坂に聞かれた。ゲゲ、めっちゃ睨んでるじゃん、あいつ。
Stop screaming then. I guess a pretty easy solution.
ね、遠坂さん、マキちゃんを睨んでなんかないと思う。
I hope the next line is, I am glaring at her.
睨んでんだよ、あれ。あいつは笑ってる時が一番怖いんだから。な。
Bought you taiyaki, remember? She waves her chopsticks, puffing out her cheeks. The knowledge that this girl's hobby is collecting wind chimes just shows that the world is far too complex. Oh, it's almost like people are multifaceted. awfully hypocritical coming from you, Rin. Anyway, it's not good for Sayagusa-san to keep watching this. It's panicking seeing Makadera continually talking bad about me.
気にしないでいいのよ、三枝さん。それと牧寺さん、おごらされたのは私で、品物はたい焼きではなく
Damn.
クレープでした。
Time for more smug Rin just fucking casually burning
次あた
everybody
りに
within
直さない
the
と
nearest
考えます
radius.
よ。
Or snarky. Not smug. Snarky. She's probably smug too if we could see her. Makadera hides behind the lid of her lunchbox. Saying goodbye to the three of them, I leave the classroom. I shut the door behind me. And then...
なんだよ、大差ないじゃんか、たい焼きもクレープも。どっちも甘いの、皮で包んでるんだからさ。
I think they're really different, but I don't know. I've never had taiyaki. Makadera's words were one no girl should ever speak. Damn.
たい焼きとクレープが同じですって？
Oh no. Are all sweets the same to her? Perhaps she just has a very convenient taste buds that can't tell a 500 yen crepe from 80 yen taiyaki, but why you? I could have saved 420. Hey, Tara. I could have saved 420 yen if I just bought you taiyaki to begin with.
何本気で悔しがってるんだ、私。
Yeah, that inverse colors was awfully dramatic for such a small thing. Anyway. Guess I'm still tired from last night. The cafeteria would be too much effort, so I'll just get a drink and some bread to eat on the roof. And I wish on the roof. I buy lunch and head for the empty rooftop. Convenient location as no other students will come near it in the wintertime. It's too cold to eat, but that's small price to pay for being able to eat without worrying about other people.
さて、とりあえずご飯と。
Meme on the bone. Yeah. I start on my tomato sandwich and hot lemon drink. That doesn't... Hot lemonade. Would that be good? You know, I would think hot chocolate or something during winter, but I guess not. Thank God it isn't snowing. Finish my sandwich and hot lemon drink. Taiyaki, not to be confused with takoyaki. Hot lemon. Yeah, hot lemon. I'm a bit tired. It's a bit difficult balance, being a good student while trying not to be too social. My vanity. No, my conviction that I must be #1, both academically and physically. But not #1 socially, unfortunately. If I am to be a student, I want to be the best, and it's unthinkable for me to dishonor the Tosaka name. So that's why I'm a perfect student, flawless in all aspects. But at the same time, I also have a dangerous job as a magus, so I shouldn't associate with normal people. Oh, are we finally going back to that? Normally, any magus whose identity is discovered has no choice but to eliminate the witness. I don't want to do that. So inevitably, my social life has to be a shallow one. I only hang out with Makadera on the weekends and try to refuse invitations from friendly people like Sayagusa-san. Even though I'm the best honor student in the world, or in the school rather, in the world, in the entire world, I live trying not to become too important to anyone. Though sometimes when I'm tired like this, it makes me think that this life is rather boring. It is, you're right. You don't get to talk to anybody and just focused on your studies and being a mage. How boring. This game is too self-aware. Yeah, just a bit. I should stop drowning in sentimentality and go back to being the usual Tosaka Ren once I go down the stairs. Oh.
では、ホームルームを終了する。日直は日誌と戸締まりの確認を。部活動のない生徒は速やかに帰宅するように。
You seem awfully stiff, and off he goes. Due's homeroom teacher exits after repeating his usual line. As far as I know, this line hasn't changed all year.
遠坂、今日はもうお帰り？
ええ、 朝方マトウ君と一見あったし、面倒になる前に帰るわ。
Yeah, don't
やっぱ
mess
り
with
そうか。
Shinji.
マトウのやつ、今朝は特に荒れて
The
たか
more
ら
you
さ
can。avoid Shinji, the better
遠
your
坂に
life's
手
gonna
ひ
be,
どく扱われ
probably.
たんだろうなって思ってた。
そう、迷惑をかけてしまったかしら、三辻さん。
He probably was
別
just,
に
you know,
マトウが下級生をいびるのはいつものことだし。
frustrated by himself.
あれはあれでいい精神鍛錬になるよ。
Good mental training for him.
そう
What the
よ
fuck?
かった。じゃあこの埋め合わせはまた今度。
I'm not gonna reprimand him for his shittiness. He's just gonna take it out on other people. It'll be good training.
はいはい。
A
これに
shitty
懲
model
り
to
ず
go
また寄っ
by.
ていってちょうだい。
Well, I head straight home. Once I leave the school, Tosaka Rin is no longer a student. The rest of the day is not for myself as a student. Instead, I must become a magus of the Tosaka family. You know, it's impressive, like, when she's keeping up all this magic stuff, that she's able to keep at the top of the, you know, like, academically keep at the top of the school or whatever, like that they're implying. Because Japanese schools, as far as I know, are really hard. So, like, I guess that goes to show, like, she's not all show. It's not all talk.
留守電なんて珍しいな。相手はやっぱりあんたか、キレ。
Hey, kiddo. I already know what he's going to say, but he'll be scary later if I don't listen. I press the play button, I hear a familiar voice.
私だ。分かっていると思うが、期限は明日までだ
The
ぞ、リン。
deadline.
あまり悠長に構えられては困る。残る席はあと2つだ。
Oh, this is probably talking about the Holy War. Yeah, I must ensure all the masters are arranged quickly. Well,
マスターの権利を放棄するというのなら、今日中に連絡しろ。予備の魔術師を派遣するにも時間が。
yeah, that was a really bad misspelling. If you wish to abandon your right to become a master, contact me today. It takes some time to dispatch a substitute magist. You can do that? Someone like you would be able to arrange a substitute
お
in no
前に
time.
はすでに0時の兆しが現れているのだ。さっさとサーバントを召喚し、0時を開け。もっとも、聖杯戦争に参加しないというのならば話は別だ。
Well, I see. Telling me that if I am to fight, I should get ready by today. And if I'm not going to fight, I'm an eyesore and should just retire quickly.
言われなくても分かってるわよ。
Your person, yeah, servant. I mean, her servant is a good cook and like good in general at like house chores, so it's basically gonna be her personal maid. Well, it can't be helped. Today is the last day. Today is as late as the deadline can be extended. Unfortunately, I was able to decode Father's will last night. My preparations are ready. All that remains is, yes, obtaining the qualification to enter this fight. Going to get a
聖
servant.
杯戦争。たった一つきりの聖杯を奪い合う殺し合い。何百年も前から伝わってきた
Time
聖
for
杯の
exposition,
儀式。
boys and girls. Magi who participate in the Holy Grail world, called Masters. This is not so much a rank, rather it indicates one who is in control. The requirement to enter Holy Grail War, that is, to summon a familiar called a servant, and to form a contract with it. No matter how great a magus a person is, one is not considered a master until he has a servant under. Servants are beings very different from normal familiars. The methods of summoning and controlling them are different as well. Magus planning to enter the Holy Grail War usually prepares a catalyst to summon one,
ほん
but
と、父さんもセイバーにゆかりのものを残してくれればよかったのに。
I mean, I don't have anything with any connection. Don't have any? You can summon a servant. If I wanted to, I could summon one right now and form a contract with. This town's sacred ground is under our jurisdiction. As the daughter of the Tosaka family, which has protected this town through the generations, I will not lose to Magi from elsewhere. That said, I guess you can't go out to sea without a compass. Or perhaps I should say that things are completely
サーバン
unplanned.
トはシンボルによって引き寄せられる。強力なサーバントを呼び出したいのなら
You need something that has
そのサーバントにゆかりのあるものが必要不可欠なのだ。
This makes me wonder if they were like at this point in time, they'll probably get into it later, but if at this point in time they only had like a certain set of specific servants, like, you know, all the classes are based, like Arthur or Artoria was always a saber, like Saber is Artoria and Artoria is Saber, not like two different people. But that seems kind of, I don't know. There has to be like multiple sabers and multiple archers and so on at this point in time still. Like, this isn't like a developmental thing that just gets changed later on. This has to still be like this. So what makes her think that she doesn't have like the necessary requirements to summon a saber? In other words, a sword, armor, a talisman, bone of the bone on the meat, bone of the servant, or something like that. Something valuable beyond belief.
父さんの遺言に期待してたんだけどな。
Something bone of the sword.
これはこれでものすごい切り札なんだけど。
Yeah. When are we getting the sword of my bone, bone my sword of? Boner, no. When are we getting the fucking unlimited blade works command? The pendant I found last night in the basement is one of the best artifacts in its class. It's great in its own way. It's great, but it won't help me summon my servant.
いいわよ。そんなものに頼らなくたってなんとかなるわ。そもそも私以外にセーバーを扱えるマスターなんているはずないし。
You are about to be proven dreadfully wrong on multiple instances. Alright, I've decided. I don't want to make Kyrie complain anymore by postponing it any longer. It's not like me to wait until the last second. It'll come down to just trying it. I'll face the summoning tonight with full power and obtain Saber by force.